All right, guys. Hey, welcome back. Currency with a twist. Been driving all morning to get here. We made it. We made this happen, guys, like we said we would. Real quick, I want to touch on a couple things before we get started. Looking at some of the replies, or some of the comments, guys. Sorry if I'm replying a little late or a little slow, but I'm getting there. I want some of you guys to know that I make $0. I make no money doing this at all. Are we growing? Yes. Is there a shot for us to be monetized soon? Yes, there is. And I hope you guys don't hate me for that. As I said, I love entrepreneurship. I'm a capitalist, but I'm also a capitalist that does not mind giving back. I have plenty of humility. I'm very humble. I'm not here to get rich off the back of you guys. I promise you that. That's not my goal. It's not why I started this. Real quick, today we're going to be talking about the Bolivar and the state of Venezuela as they sit currently, okay? We're not giving you dates and rates. We're not telling you something's going to happen. We're just here to break it down, okay? Real quick, the next show that I'm trying to work on is Nino from Nino's Corner had 107 on, and they're talking about a massive land grab about to happen, and it's quite disturbing. It's America's national parks, guys. Right now, the Congress, while we're all tied up with October 7th, what's going on with Israel and Hamas and Gaza, and you're still hearing a little bit about Russia and what they're doing to Ukraine, they're sneaking something in under the radar, guys. They're trying to pass legislation so they can sell to the highest bidder our national parks. And to me, that's disturbing. That's sad. You know what I mean? That's our history. That's our heritage. You know, who's going to come in and buy it? Wealthy corporations and turn it all into Six Flags Great America? That's not cool. Even scarier, though, what if China or somebody like that moves in to buy that up? Because, they'll sell it to them. And then what if they say, we're not allowed to go there? That's our heritage. That's our history. Those are our national parks. And I'm going to do a deep dive on that. I'm going to get some more information, but I'd like to do a show on that sometime this week. So be expecting that to come. Leave comments down below if you don't mind. Let me know your thoughts on that. But I'm going to do something on that. Anyway, without further ado, this show, as I said, is about the Bolivar. There's been a lot of conversation out there that I've heard from different gurus talking about the Bolivar revaluing here sometime in the near future. Whether they didn't give a date, but I have heard some say maybe in the first basket. If not, it will definitely be in the second basket. Guys, I call BS. And I've called BS from the get. Just saying. It's not like I thought it was going to happen or anything. But I have somebody here, a Venezuelan citizen, and she's involved in everyday life still from the States there because all of her family is still there, and she still has to deal with it. And she has some enlightening news for us, okay? So, without further ado, I'll let her say hello.
Hello. Hi. I hope everybody's doing good. Yes, I'm originally from Venezuela. I was born there in Caracas, Venezuela. So every day I talk to Venezuela. Of course, my family is there. Closer friends are there. And it's the country I love. It's my country. And I hope it be free one of those days. So yes, talking about Venezuela, talking to Carl about, he was asking me if about the revaluation, the Bolivar revaluation, and I said, what? I have never heard about that. Even I spent 4.5 months last year there. I never heard about that, and especially because everybody is trying to change their Bolivar, because still the currency over there is the Bolivar, trying to get dollars. Again, the currency is a Bolivar, but the prices, most of the places are in dollar. People selling, buying stuff in dollars. Some people, even their income in or salaries, especially from private companies, they pay in dollar. But officially, it's a Bolivar. So people don't want to have Bolivar in their pockets because they know the Bolivar is devaluating every single day. It's like today the currency is 35, 35 and 62 cents. Yesterday, I talked to my mom, and she told me the Bolivar was a little bit over the 35. I was about 35, 20 cents or something, and this is every day. And they're trying to buy stuff on the groceries because for them it's saving money because each day is more and more expensive. Okay? So I was wondering when Carol told me that, I said, I never heard about that. People are eager and trying to sell the Bolivar, getting dollars or euros. So because they know the money over there is nothing. Even in the past year, the money have been devaluated so big that they wipe out 6-0. From one day to another, one day they were having million bolivars, and the next day was 1 bolivar. That is what we have. Okay. Talking about Venezuela joining the BRICS, yes, probably yes, but not in the near future. They have been conversing about that. If you remember, before it was the BRIC, BRIZ. B for Brazil, R for Russia, I from India, and C from China. Then it became another country that was added was South Africa. So now it's a BRICS. One of the reasons that Venezuela would like to join the BRICS is, of course, the regime, because we're talking about the regime, not the government. They are anti-America. So they don't want to have or be related to a dollar, anything that is America. And the another reason is the sanction that they were having, the regime was having. Another part in 2019, it became the figure of the interim president. So Maduro became elected on after the election in 2018, and 60 countries were not recognizing him as the legit president. So they were recognizing Juan Guaido. And of course, if Venezuela gets into the BRIC, it would be a big plus for that and for the regime. Also because of the sanctions. Those sanctions were flexed in about a few months ago, when they were having some conversation in the Barbados. Barbados is a Caribbean island. Okay, they were trying to, through America, they were trying to have some agreements about letting the opposition participate in the election. They were planning a primaries for the opposition. So having all of those candidates that were disabled to participate, so they were trying to enable them to participate. In fact, who won that? It was one of them. It was Maria Corina Machado. It's a lady very strong, and she won with a massive votes, more than that they were anticipated. Okay, and there are some other agreements there, like to release political prisoners and flexing the sanctions, etc. Okay, but for now, joining Venezuela in the BRICS is not like people are talking over there. No, people are not talking about that. People are not holding bolivars over there. So that is a reality.
So all the conversations that we're hearing on these other channels and stuff, where they're saying that the Bolivar is expected to go in one of these currency baskets, like Vietnam or, the dinar, it's not true, right?
No, at least it's no conversation inside the country, in Venezuela, with the regular Venezuelans.
Okay. So can you touch on, you had mentioned something about Citgo, the gasoline company, petroleum. What was it that was worked out with Citgo? I guess there were sanctions and all that good stuff.
Well, one of the part when it was when they recognized the interim president, it was only the title interim, but it was not allowed to do any legal action, and also touching the Venezuelan assets, the resources like a Citgo money. So American froze those all the revenues and income coming from Citgo, keeping here to secure that.
What are they doing with it to secure it, and what's the goal behind that? Do you know?
Well, it was part of the sanction again, trying to make the regime weak. Okay, so they could not allow, because oil is our main resource. So it's the main resource, and it's where the way that the Venezuelans receive money. Of course, there are some other from the illegal part, but the legal was the oil.
All right, so when you were growing up as a young girl in Venezuela, you had a middle class, an upper middle class, and different, facets of life. Can you touch on that? Does that still exist today in Venezuela?
No, really, the middle class or the middle class from before have been disappearing. It is very, very expensive over there. It is very difficult to finance themselves with the salary they make even as a professional engineer, doctors. Well, the doctors right now, they are charging in dollars, and all of the people who are doing their own business charging in dollar, trying to survive. And in fact, we have one of the biggest migration from the world. So about 8 million people have left the country. So, and all of those people are sending money back to their family, most of the people, to help them, the family who are still in Venezuela, like I do, sending money to them for the groceries, to pay the basic services, and going to the doctor, and just to survive.
Wow. So how do you do that from here? You just send the money, or do you actually have a hand in setting those things up for family members back home?
Well, it's like most of the people, some of the bank they can transfer, but of course they charge some fee, or selling the dollars and trying to sell. People still buying dollar over there, people who has account here in the bank, so they are rather to buy those dollars and then they transfer the bolivars over there. We do between friends and family.
That makes sense.
Closer people that you know and you can trust.
That makes sense. So how divided is Venezuela? Is there support for the regime that's in power now, or is everybody against the regime?
Well, first time Hugo Chavez won the elections. People really want to change, and they got to change for bad, of course. And then the rest of the elections have been manipulated. And they are not losing any other election. In fact, they use a Smartmatic technology.
Well, we've heard that before.
Yes.
So if you had to guess, it's a 70 split, 70-30. Some people like Maduro.
It could be. I mean, it's still some people, of course, they are giving just few things, a couple of $, a bag of food, and some bonus they call the war bonus, that you can buy just a box of eggs with that.
So what is that called in Spanish? What would that be?
El bono de guerra.
Bonus de guerra.
Bono de guerra, the war bonus.
Okay.
And some other bonus that just doing nothing. And the clap is for the food. Is the bag of food, and having some basics like a couple of cornmeal, or one a bottle of oil, some beans, bag of beans.
Excuse me.
Oatmeal, some basics.
Wow.
But it's not that much neither.
But if I had to guess, though, if you're a member of the regime or the regime, you're eating steak.
Of course, they are always in a good position, having money, making money, stealing money, or
But they're
having
probably,
from all the corruption.
and it's probably in dollars if I had to guess.
Yes, yes. And there are over there luxury places, nice restaurants, and some people can afford. I mean, we still thinking the regular Venezuelans that they don't have any help from any family or so, how they can afford that, how they can go, how they can pay. Well, we don't understand. We call the bubble.
The bubble.
That is the bubble for some Venezuelans only.
Wow. Well, guys, this has been an intro into the Bolivar in Venezuela. Excuse me for coughing, guys. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we wanted to get up here, do this really quick so you guys can have a little insight on the state of Venezuela and what's really going on. We're going to probably do even more of a deeper dive. I'm not feeling the best today, I guess. I don't know where this cough came from. I do apologize. I want to thank you.
One more thing that I would like to add. I mean, about the Venezuelan joining the BRICS, Maduro have made some conversation. Yes, you can Google and find some information on internet. Yes, but it's not for the really near future or talking about revaluation like other countries like Iraq or Vietnam or Zimbabwe. No, that's not something to the near future for now.
There we have it, guys. I appreciate all your time today. I'm sorry I've been coughing all over the place.
That is okay.
Guys, I'm sorry I'm coughing. We're going to go ahead and cut it. We will be meeting with her again in the very near future. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments and questions that you guys maybe have. And we now have a contact, so we can always call. We can get on a Zoom, and we can do hopefully live streaming here soon. We're just not set up for the live stream, guys. We really wanted to try to do it. It just takes my money and Justin's money to invest into this and to keep growing. We'll get there. Pretty soon we'll be monetized, and every dollar that does come from that will be to make this show better and for us to travel around and speak to more people. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Remember, guys, they're trying to sell our national parks. They're trying to pass the legislation as we sit here and talk to you today. That's BS. You know, I call it out every time. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for joining us, and thank you.
Thank you, Carl.
Have a good day.